completed, we refer to pictorial evidence and completion certificate in Appendix 4. 2024, construction of maternity annex, staff house, ablution, and solar-powered bore at Munkwanga Health Center. The delayed completion of works was due to logistical challenge faced by the contractor in transporting the building material, as the road leading to the site had become impassable during the rain season. We wish to report that the project was since been successfully completed. We refer to pictorial evidence and completion certificate.
Page 6, remedial measures.
Remedial measure, management will endeavor to strengthen project monitoring and planning, ensuring timely implementation and delivery of project to follow up with the ministry on centrally procured items. Appendix 3.1, analysis of performance of desks. Management response. Management confirmed that all 3,080 desks planned in 2024 at the total cost of 5,610,674 were fully procured and delivered during the financial year under review. This was achieved through timely planning, effective monitoring, and efficient implementation of procurement activities. Appendix 6, Youth and Women Empowerment Grant Performance Analysis. Management response. Management confirms that the full empowerment grant of 4,412,400 kwacha was expended during the financial under review. This was achieved through timely implementation of planned empowerment activities. Management further notes that out of the 67 applications, we received 64 beneficiaries were approved, representing the approval rate of 81%, which was due to budget constraints. Failure to recover loans. Management response, cause of query. Management acknowledges the auditor's observation and regrets the failure to recover the total of 2,119,954 loans from beneficiaries as at 31st December 2024. Action taken. Management has written to all defaulters reminding them of the loan agreement that they signed and demanding the repayment are made. Further, a meeting was called with the defaulters to discuss the challenges they were facing and emphasizing on their need to pay back the loans. Additionally, the defaulters were warned on the possibility of litigation should they not adhere to the agreement. Consequently, the total amount of 331,891,63 ngwe have since been recovered. Remedial measure. Management shall ensure that the loans are recovered through constant engagement of our beneficiaries. Appendix 8, bursaries performance analysis. Management response. Management confirms that the full secondary boarding and skills development bursary of 3,972,038 kwacha was expended during the financial year under review, and this was achieved through timely implementation of planned bursary activities. Management further notes that a total
Continue reading.
a total of 0 returning students, Chair.
You were doubting what you are saying.
So, no, Chair, I was just confirming the figures. The 0 returning students from 2023 and 293 new applicants in 2024 were considered, and the new applicants were successfully sponsored, reflecting the Council's commitment to supporting eligible beneficiaries and maximizing the use of available bursary funds. Thank you, Chair. This marks the end of our report.
But the ending, eh? How are you seeing the ending? You don't end like that. You don't end like that. Don't you feel there are some certain things missing there when you are ending? You have done the reading, but you don't just end like that, like you are nowhere. Eh? That's how you travel to CHIFUNABULI. Eh? There is no even welcome to CHIFUNABULI. Next time you don't end like that.
Noted,
Honorable
Chair.
members, points of clarifications, if any. Doc?
The page 4.
Page 4.
Yes. The total unspent funds and administration cost. You had 3,215,886 kwacha as the funds to be used under this vote, the administration cost. At the end of the fiscal year 2024, there was nothing left, meaning the total expenditure is exactly as the budgeted amount of 3,215,886. This is under administration cost, recurrent costs, where you pay for logistics, allowances for DSA for engineers to monitor projects in CHIFUNABULI. Is it standard in accounts to find that this total amount allocated is exactly equal to the expenditure under this vote of administration cost, which we know it has the cost of these items is basically in small amounts.
Yes.
Thank you, Chair. Honorable, thank you for the question. I think, Chair, from the first query on Appendix 1, the Council has submitted that under the year under review, we didn't receive any funding under CDF. Hence, even the component of administration was not received.
So how did you spend it?
Chair, the query is unspent fund. So meaning the administration was not also spent.
Huh?
Total unspent fund under administration. It was unspent 0.
Okay.
We didn't receive, hence we did not even spend anything.
Are you seeing? Oh, the table is from the table is not from you, eh?
It is from the Auditor General's, the table.
So, but it is. So you mean nothing really happened in 2024? DF, where is the DF? Yes, yes, sir.
Thank you, Chair.
Switch off your mics, yes.
Thank you, Chair.
I saw you doing a tete-a-tete there, yes?
Yes. In 2024, it's true we didn't receive the funds, but this 3.2, it was the balance brought forward from 2023. If you can see on the table on page 4.
That is balance brought forward. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, come to page 3. Management response. Total unspent funds empowerment grant. What are you confirming?
It's 0 unspent fund.
Read the management response.
Management confirmed that the full empowerment grant of 4,400,012 was expended during the financial year under review, and this was
What
achieved.
does that mean? Yes. You switch off, sir?
Chair, we just have to apologize and clarify that in the year under review, we didn't receive any funding. Hence, even the expenditure on that part was not done.
No. You mean the whole year you never received any way from the ministry?
Yes, Chair, you can look at the correspondences that we are making with the ministry from Appendix 1. In Appendix 1, we
Let's
were...
listen to the other doctor, Dr. Singombe.
Chair, thank you. CS, are you aware that government or the ministry uses a zero balance policy? Now, does it mean CHIFUNABULI failed to utilize the resources under that year for government not to send you money?
Thank you. True, Chair, the local authority under that year did not utilize our funds. Hence, we didn't receive this funding because we had not finished the funding that was coming from 2023.
We've been joined physically, not virtually, physically by the substantive chairperson. Read management response on total unspent funds community projects. Your response? Page 3. Wait. You take, wait, we'll deal with it.
Thank you. Page 3, management response. Management acknowledges the auditor's observation regarding the unspent fund of 773 kwacha at the end of a financial year under review. That was due to saving.
What do you mean now? In one hand, you said we did not receive anyway.
Chair, what I was clarifying is that the funds
On the other hand, you had 773 unspent.
Chair, the funds that we are talking about are the carryover funds that came from 2023 that was coming to 2024.
So how were you using them?
There was I think we had a lapse in spending the funds for 2023, hence we had a carryover of, if I'm not mistaken, of about
DF,
34 million plus.
you had money.
That is the money that we spent in 2024.
So you had the money. Because when you read out, say, no, government never gave it, to look like there was totally no money. You were given a secular. I wanted that to come from you, to say you use what you have. There would have been no justification to give you more money when you still had what? A lot of money. That's why even your report is not signed and not well finished. You never signed. You never acknowledged this. So, Secretariat, let's have 1 or 2 reports. CS, sign your report. That's why you do not have the end there. You don't do that. Kuwait, you don't do that. Do you have a date stamp in CHIFUNABULI?
Yes, Chair, I apologize that this report was not signed, but what we submitted was signed.
Yeah.
We did apologize, Chair.
We just want to do this because of the tight schedule that we have before us. Doc, let's be winding.
Just an understanding, because your council, this is the second council that never received the funding for 2025. From my council, I am Kaumbe Petoke District Council, Kaumbe constituency. 2024, they never received any funding. Now on page 5.
Page 5.
Under community projects,
DF.
you had number of projects brought forward from 2023. You had 17 projects that you were executing in 2024. Why such number of projects brought forward to 2024 and implemented in 2023, and yet you had the funding, which you have actually alluded to, that in 2024 you had almost 34 million kwacha. So what was the major problem for not spending that money, 34 million kwacha, in 2023?
Doc, we dealt with that when the report for 2023 came. So we are in 2024.
Sorry, Chair. This is the reason why CHIFUNABULI did not receive anything in 2024.
Yes, they had enough because...
So it could have been the problem of... I mean, what is the problem? Why didn't you spend in 2023 to have such number of projects brought forward in 2024?
Yes.
Because now the impact of you not having received the 2024 funding is huge. This government has promised to fund, but I'm sure the effect is felt on several projects for 2024. Maybe the way I put it is...
Yes, Doc, it's okay. He's understood.
Chair, we acknowledge the inertia and the challenge of not necessarily spending 2023, which we are working on, Chair, and it will suffice for me to report that 2025, we had finished the funds even before the year.
We are not yet in 2025. We are in 2024. So leave it. We'll find it. We'll find 2025. CHIFUNABULI, the committee has considered the submissions, both written and oral, on CDF. Yes, sir. You have a... I've seen your hand. I've seen your hand. I'm just racing with time, but we can listen on to you, sir.
It's just a quick one, sir.
Yes, sir. CHIFUNABULI, there's a quicker one from Mufumbwe, and short.
This is a quick one. Chair, CHIFUNABULI doesn't seem to be doing very well in terms of
Loan recoveries, CHIFUNABULI.
Despite significant amount. I stand to be corrected, about 12 million. Out of 12 million, only for CHIFUNABULI people are still in a lot of defaults. And the only thing that CHIFUNABULI did is to wait for auditors to come and tell them to start collecting, to start getting the loans. Why didn't they start it earlier? Because the rate at which they are moving in terms of loan recovery, which is just about 2.5%, is not good. Why should they just wait for the auditors to come, for them to start doing something? I want to find out from them and to ask them indeed whether they are serious or not.
They are listening. CHIFUNABULI, why did you have to wait for the external auditors? Are you serious?
Thank you, Chair. Maybe before I could say a lot, I would allow Director Planning to say something.
Director Planning, are you with your SALT? SALT, eh? S-A-L-T. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Chair. So for the loans, as you can see, we had written to them. There were engagements that were done.
The engagements were only done after they came, but before they came.
For the engagement, in terms of writing them, but when we were doing monitoring, normally because when we visit them, we were engaging them to expedite the implementation of the project.
Already?
Not really, Chair. It's more of a site visit when we're visiting them. So there's a team that goes there and talk to them, because for most of them,
Do you
the
have
loans.
any monitoring schedule that you were using in 2024?
Thank you, Chair. Let me help direct planning. On the issue of monitoring schedules, Chair, it is there. I think we've been meeting these people with the
Where is
CDFC
it?
committee,
Where is it?
though we've not submitted, but
So
we can still.
not rely on that, but submit that.
Thank you, Chair.
So go and strengthen. Let me start with what we are just coming from, the loan recoveries. Let's go and work on that. Project monitoring and implementation, you are already saying no, come 2025. And Honorable Kampampa has come. May she introduce herself? You find Honorable Kampampa here, Dundumwezi, Chasefu, Kaumbwe, come 2027. You may introduce yourself, madam. Even the one from Mitet. Get us of Zambians and God.
Amen, Chair. Good morning, and thank you for speaking into the future. I welcome it. CHIFUNABULI, you are welcome. My apologies, Chair, for coming in late. I was in another committee. But as we wind up, I just want to welcome you. I am Kambama Mlenga. I am Member of Parliament for the good people of Kalulusho and the Copper Belt.
We had the chair, substantive chairperson, but is physically here. Sir, if we may now hear the voice coming from you, because you are not a ghost. We heard, but we are seeing you. If we may hear you now, sir, physically.
Thank you very much, Chairperson and members of the committee once again. CHIFUNABULI, good afternoon and welcome. Mishek Mtetwa Nyambose. I represent the people of Chasefu constituency and a member of this committee. Chair, I'm humbled. I'm your humble servant.
We've changed. Now, allow me also say I'm the other Mishek. Because the real Mishek has come. So we have come to the end of our interactions. Go well, back to CHIFUNABULI. Come next year, courtesy of the Zambian people and God in heaven. CDF shall be increased yet again. So let's go up our game. You're already saying, no, come 2025, you'll see how we have done. We'll be very happy. We are happy that your report is qualified in terms of audit language, and it's just straight into cross-cutting issues. We are grateful. That is as to how things are supposed to be countrywide. So continue working on some weaknesses, like you've now saying, no, we apologize. We don't want people to be apologizing. Our immunity is taken back. Travel safely to CHIFUNABULI.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you for still being with us on Parliament Television. You're just from watching a live broadcast of the Committee on Local Government Accounts, in which CHIFUNABULI Town Council was making an appearance. That's for the consideration of the report of the Auditor General on the Constituency Development Fund for the financial year ended 31st December 2024. And just now, We cross over to the Committee on Local Governance, Housing and Chiefs Affairs, in which Milenge Town Council is making an appearance before the committee, and that's for the consideration of the audit of accounts of local authorities for the financial year ended 31st December 2024. Keep watching Parliament Television.
Since being back. Just to assure that to continue providing basic fire prevention services and sensitization meetings in the district using the available fire officers. Appendix 48, unspent funds, that is through sector. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the Auditor General's observations and wishes to report that the query was due to the fact that at the time of audit, funds amounting to 55,982 kwacha meant for devolved functions were not spent as at 31st December 2024 due to the fact that funds were remitted to the local authority on the last day of December 2024, while in other sectors it was due to non-presence of staff, that is cultural matters and district archives, to execute the devolved functions programs. Action taken. Management wishes to report that a total of 39,891 kwacha was spent in January 2025. See Appendix 10. Appendix chair is on unspent funds, that is through Zambia Devolution Support Program. Management response. Management acknowledges the Auditor General's observations and wishes to report that the reason for the query was due to the fact that at the time of audit, funds amounting to 2,694,737 kwacha meant for Zambia Devolution Support Program were not spent as at 31st December 2024